The year was 480 BC, a time when the ancient world was in turmoil. The mighty Persian Empire, under the rule of King Xerxes, sought to extend its dominion across the Mediterranean, targeting the fiercely independent city-states of Greece. Xerxes, following in the footsteps of his father Darius, was determined to subjugate Greece and make it part of his vast empire. The stage was set for one of history's most iconic battles, a confrontation that would echo through the ages as a symbol of courage, sacrifice, and the indomitable human spirit, the Battle of Thermopylae. Greece, at the time, was not a unified nation, but a collection of independent city-states, each with its own government, culture, and military. Among these, Sparta stood out as a society entirely devoted to military excellence. The Spartans were known for their rigorous training, discipline, and a warrior ethos that celebrated strength, honor, and resilience. Every Spartan male was trained from a young age to be a soldier, conditioned to endure hardship and to place the needs of the state above his own. When news of Xerxes' vast army approaching reached the Greek city-states, it sent waves of fear and uncertainty throughout the region. The Persian forces were immense, reported to number in the hundreds of thousands, comprising soldiers from across the vast reaches of the empire. They marched with the confidence of a force that had never known defeat, a tide that seemed impossible to resist. Xerxes himself was determined to crush the Greek resistance, believing that their disunity and smaller numbers would make them easy prey for his forces. In response to this looming threat, a coalition of Greek city-states formed to defend their homeland. The decision was made to confront the Persian forces at Thermopylae, a narrow mountain pass that would neutralize the numerical superiority of the Persian army. The narrowness of the pass meant that only a small number of soldiers could fight at a time, allowing the Greeks to hold off a much larger force. Leading the defense at Thermopylae was King Leonidas of Sparta, a warrior king revered for his strength, leadership, and unwavering commitment to Spartan ideals. Leonidas was fully aware of the odds he faced, yet he chose to lead a small contingent of 300 elite Spartan warriors to the front lines. These were not ordinary soldiers. They were hand-picked, each one a seasoned veteran of countless battles, and each one fully aware that this mission would likely be his last. The selection of only 300 Spartans was not merely a military decision, but a symbolic one. The Spartan society placed a high value on honor and sacrifice, and this small force was chosen to represent the very best of Spartan values. Additionally, Leonidas chose men who had living sons, ensuring that their lineage would continue even if they did not return. This decision reflected the Spartan belief in duty and the continuation of their warrior culture. Alongside the Spartans, other Greek city-states sent troops, bringing the total force defending Thermopylae to around 7,000 men. Among these were soldiers from Thespiae, Thebes, and Phocis, all united under the common cause of defending Greece from the Persian invasion. Despite their differences, these warriors stood together, bound by the understanding that the fate of their homeland rested on their shoulders. As the Persian army approached, King Xerxes sent a messenger to the Greek camp, offering them a chance to surrender. Xerxes promised that if they laid down their arms, they would be allowed to live and would be generously rewarded. But King Leonidas, embodying the Spartan spirit, refused the offer. When the messenger demanded that the Greeks surrender their weapons, Leonidas famously responded, "Molon lab," which means, "Come and take them." This defiant reply encapsulated the determination of the Spartans and their allies to fight to the last man rather than submit to tyranny. The battle began in earnest as the Persian forces launched their first assault on the narrow pass. Wave after wave of Persian soldiers crashed against the Greek phalanx, but the Spartans and their allies held firm. The Greeks employed the phalanx formation, a tactical arrangement in which soldiers stood shoulder to shoulder, their shields locked together to form an impenetrable wall. Spears thrust from behind the shield wall, creating a deadly barrier that the Persians struggled to break. The narrow terrain worked to the advantage of the Greeks. The sheer number of Persian troops was rendered ineffective, as only a limited number of soldiers could engage the Greeks at any given time. The Spartans, renowned for their discipline and combat skills, fought with precision and tenacity. They rotated their front lines to keep their soldiers fresh, allowing them to maintain a relentless defense against the Persian onslaught. For 2 days, the Spartans and their allies repelled every attack. The Persians, despite. The legacy of the 300 Spartans endures to this day, a powerful reminder of the values they fought for. Their story has been retold countless times in literature, film, and art, each rendition capturing the essence of their sacrifice. The phrase "Molon Labe" has become synonymous with defiance in the face of overwhelming odds, a testament to the Spartan spirit that refuses to yield. The Battle of Thermopylae is often celebrated not just for the military tactics or the heroism displayed, but for what it represents. The idea that freedom is worth fighting for, even at the cost of one's life. The Spartans understood that their stand was not just about defending a narrow pass in the mountains, but about defending the very principles that defined their way of life. They fought for their families, their city-state, and for the concept of liberty itself. In the centuries since the battle, the story of the 300 Spartans has transcended its historical context to become a universal symbol of resistance against oppression. It speaks to the human capacity for courage in the face of overwhelming adversity and the belief that some causes are worth any sacrifice. The Spartans knew that they were outnumbered, that their chances of survival were slim, yet they chose to stand and fight because they believed in something greater than themselves. In conclusion, the tale of the 300 Spartans at Thermopylae is more than just a story of battle. It is a story of courage, sacrifice, and the enduring human spirit. Their stand against the Persian Empire is a poignant reminder of the power of unity, the importance of fighting for one's beliefs, and the impact that a small group of determined individuals can have on the course of history. The Spartans' legacy continues to inspire those who face seemingly insurmountable challenges, reminding us that bravery and conviction can alter the course of events, even in the darkest of times. The story of the 300 Spartans will forever be etched in the annals of history as a symbol of what it means to fight for freedom, to stand up against tyranny, and to leave behind a legacy that transcends time.